to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Estelle and Jason is my husband, and welcome. Guys, in this video I want to tell you some of the differences I've noticed since I came to this America. So differences I've noticed between Americans and the Europeans. And if I say Europeans, I'm focusing on the United Kingdom, okay, because that's where I've lived for a while and that's what I know about them. First of all, well, both countries have pride, but Americans are so proud. They are so proud. Should I use the word arrogant? Americans are so proud. I think I would describe the British pride as soft and polite pride, if there's something like that. Soft and polite pride. Like they don't shove it in your face. They don't just put it out there in your face, you know. Yeah, that's what I think. But the Americans, oh my god, like the British, they say please and all that when they are saying things to you. The British say please. I think that's where, I don't know if that's where Ghanaians learned that thing from. If a Ghanaian wants to insult you, particularly some tribes in Ghana, they will say please first before they will give you that insult. They can say please you are a fool, or please you are stupid, you know. I think that's where, because the British colonized Ghana, I think that's where they learned that kind of polite rudeness from. Yeah, but the Americans, they are arrogantly proud, if there's a word like that. Like they just put it in your face. Americans are proud. I'm an American, I can do this, I can do that. Oh my goodness, Americans are so proud. You see how I'm opening my eyes wide? That's like, I'm really stressing it because I don't know how else to put it. Americans are proud. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Well, if you think otherwise, let me know, okay? Americans live large. If I say they live large, I feel they live large, like the roads are big, they drive big, huge cars or machines, you know, and they live large. Well, maybe they have a big land area, I don't know, that's why their roads are big and all that, because the UK is a small land area and their roads are very narrow, their cars are tiny, you know. That's the comparison I'm trying to make. The Americans live large, huge houses, huge cars, whereas in the UK it's just narrow roads and little cars. That's not to say people don't drive big cars in the UK, but it's as compared to the USA has bigger cars than that of the UK. Also, in the UK, the food portions are smaller. American food portions are huge, large, wide, magnificent, extraordinary. American food portions are extraordinarily large. Well, I don't know if that's why they are big, because Americans are huge. I don't know, I just don't know, but that's what I've observed. Very large food portions. And also here in America, the waitresses or the waiters live on tips. It's like it's mandatory to tip them. I don't know why. If someone delivers to your doorstep, you need to tip the person. If you are in a restaurant, you need to tip them. It's mandatory. I don't know why it is. The waiters and the waitresses literally live off tips. And I find that a bit weird. It's not like that in the UK. In the UK, if you feel like it, you give it. But here it's mandatory. And I find it weird. Yes, very weird. What if I don't have enough money? And also, I mentioned this in one of my videos. I'd forgotten the title, but I think I'll go through and link it somewhere here, where I mentioned that here the taxes on items you're buying in a grocery store, any store, the hidden taxes. It's when you get to the cashier where you're making payments that those taxes will pop up. And I think that's really frustrating. It makes life and stuff expensive here. So I think the cost of living in the UK is lower than here, because in the UK what you see on the shelf is what you are paying for. But here in America, there are hidden taxes. You get to the payment area before you notice that, okay, maybe there's a $1, a $2 tax on this item. So if you're budgeting for an item, you see something at $2 and you take $2 to the shop to go and buy it, you're not going to get that thing, because you get to the payment desk and it's more than $2. Yeah. And also, I mentioned in that video, I will still mention it in this. The health system here is so complicated. It's complicated and so expensive. Those in the UK will bear with me. I don't know how the health system even works in this country. It's complicated. Not just complicated, it's expensive. In the UK, we don't, well, let me not say we don't, because I don't live there anymore. In the UK, there's nothing like that. It's straightforward, easy access, and that's it. One thing I also noticed is that there are barely garages in the UK. Garage where they park their cars. There are exceptions though, but largely people park their cars right in front of their houses. And their houses are not fenced. There are exceptions. Their houses are not fenced. Here in America, there are garages, big, large, huge garages, and almost everyone's property is fenced. Almost everyone. There are exceptions. Almost everyone's properties are fenced. That's what I've noticed. And in the UK, I don't know if you guys know, but the road layout is different from that of the US. In the UK, and I think most European countries, I am not sure though, because I've not been to other European countries, they do the right hand system. So they drive at the right hand of the road. And it used to be like that in Ghana until independence. I think after independence, when we changed it, they drive at the right hand of the road. So it's different. That was one of the major difficulties I faced in the UK, because crossing the road, you might think the car is, when you stand at the road like I'm facing you guys now, you might expect the car to come from right in front of you, from your left. But in the UK, it's rather coming from the right, and at the other side of the road is coming from the left. Yes, so it's really confusing. But here in America, they do the left-hand driving, which is normal to me, which is very normal. Do you guys know that in America, they write dates differently? If you're writing a date, you need to write month first, then the day and the year. So you should write June 2nd, 2023. Do you understand? They are so particular about that, and that's how they write their dates. Months first, the day and the year. Month, day, year. Month, day, year. That's how they write their dates. Very fascinating, isn't it? It's not like that in the UK. It's not like that in the UK. Guys, one fascinating thing I realized is that I found less smokers here in the US. I found that those who smoke are less. Well, that's what I thought in the winter, because I didn't meet most people. But now that it's in the summer, still there are less smokers. But one very fascinating thing I've noticed is that here in America, there are no designated smoking areas. There are few. There are exceptions, okay? But the consciousness with which we have those things in the UK is not like that here. In the UK, at every point, at the bus station, anywhere at all, you see smoking area. But here, you barely or scarcely see those things. And people are smoking all over. The last time we went out, when a crowd walking and someone was just walking and smoking, and I thought that was really bad. It's not like that in the UK. In the UK, designated smoking area, you go there and smoke. You don't smoke in public. And I think that's one thing also about Ghana. You don't see people smoking in public like that. You don't see it. And I think that it's a good thing Ghanaians learned from the British. You hide and smoke, because then you're not causing secondary smoking to anybody, you know. Because if we are all at a crowded place and you're just smoking in the crowd, those of us inhaling it are even at a greater risk of whatever it is. you know. So I think that's one fascinating thing I've noticed. The designated smoking points and smoking areas, the UK does well in almost every area, every place you see it, every place you see it. But here in America, it's not like that. People just smoke and walk about freely, and I don't think that's cool. Another point is that I've noticed that here in America, when a foreigner comes in and gives birth here, the child automatically becomes a US citizen by birth. But in the UK, it's not like that. So when you travel from maybe any African country and go to the UK and you deliver your baby, the child does not automatically become a British citizen. There you would have to go through a lot of things. I think the child must stay in there for 2 years to gain that. Yes. If you want more information on that, let me know, or Google it or something. Let me know and I'll give it to you. Yes, the child does not automatically become a British citizen when you give birth in the UK. But here in America, once the child comes out, the child is a US citizen. It's an American. Yeah, that's also one difference. Guys, this one is from experience. I've not done any research on it, but it's from experience. I think education as well as health, already mentioned, is less expensive in the UK compared to the US. I think the US education is expensive. It's really expensive. US education is expensive, and as their health, yeah, education is also expensive. So if you're asking me, I think it's better to school in the UK. Well, I'm not trying to be biased because I did, but I think education is less expensive in the UK. And another funny one still on the education is the you see in the UK how the children or the schools dress so well, the kids dress so well to school. It's so nice. It is so nice. Look at this. It is so nice how they dress to school. But here in America, free range. Free range. They just slap on their house attire and they are going to school. I think the UK one looks more organized. Though I'm not saying that American education system is not organized. No, please, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the wearing of the uniforms makes it so nice and well organized, and they look so disciplined. I am not saying that is not to say the children or the school kids here in America are not disciplined. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the presentation makes them look disciplined, organized, you know, and all the nice things. But here, because they are just wearing anything at all and going, it looks like they are unserious. Please don't come for me. They look unserious, you know. But with the other one, the way they dress and, you know, it looks so like disciplined, serious, you know. Yes. Yes, guys, last but not the least is the weather. The UK weather is so undecisive. The UK weather doesn't know what it wants. It will be shining right now. The sun will be shining right now. The next minute, it's drizzling. The next minute, it's raining. The UK weather is so undecisive. But here in America, the weather knows what it wants. If the sun is shining, it shines. It shines burning hot. Burning hot. And then if it's raining, it rains. If it's snowing, it snows. The American weather knows what it wants at any particular time. But the UK weather, if someone insults you that you are behaving like the UK weather, they've insulted you. It's a great insult because it means you're undecisive in life. You don't know what you want in life. Yeah, guys. So I thought to bring you these few differences I've noticed. If you know any and you want to let us know, you can comment below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Adios. Bye bye, guys.